It's week 4 of the 2025 season. Coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Prescott looks to throw right away. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. An early top test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fall, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. He juked him. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll try to run the option here. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, they started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught on the... And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning... It was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 16 carries, 57 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 2nd and 6. Got a man. It's Brown. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On third down, Robinson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Then you know that expression, he just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And out now come the Cowboys. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance even in a long yardage situation to let them know on the other side this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
That's taken it around the 40. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. He's got it to the 43 here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hand off now to Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far and finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, it's Prescott finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So here's Washington now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Robinson toss play left side.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the toss, here's Robinson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
CeeDee Lamb.
His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slam.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And a short gain down to about the 33.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, with his size, you've really got to wrap up because arm tackles, they're not going to cut it. And that time, he used his full-grown man strength to fight off his defender and pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Pass incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Looking to throw. Prescott. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Flush to his right. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Caught by Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to Robinson now on first down.
Bulldozes past him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in.
Yeah, I would think so because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw is Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Prescott down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. A nice little juke.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Able to hit his target, Lamb. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2nd and 6. Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. That time a 6-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
First down, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Prescott on 1st down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Past the 20. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tampa Bay taking on Carolina in the NFC South. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first two quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown.
And they got this down to about the 12-yard line.
This
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Back to the ground with Robinson. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Caught on the slant. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or 2? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this game.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The throw over the middle taken in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and
We'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. This one swung out here to Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding, offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Robinson with another carry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Holding, offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give left side to Robinson. And some space here. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got some space here. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is going to get tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're going to look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for the Commanders' touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Prescott. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Prescott.
And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the side.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to get this out to the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
That's Gallup on the slant.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Desperate
desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Down inside the 40. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Robinson on a give right side. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And he'll decide to keep this once more. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson toss play left side. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Handoff now to Robinson. 202 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. On 3rd down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Back to throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it?
And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah,
not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown, Washington. Aaron Jones from 8 yards out. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Prescott, Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Prescott now from the 50. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott.
And his throw here is incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Robinson with another carry.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Washington,
hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall back to